Come on up here, Brother Jarret.
My name is James Jarret. I'm also from Warren County. I started out young. I was about 13 too. But I started out a different way. I was pretty good at sports. I was good at baseball and basketball and football. So naturally, I come from middle school to high school and started hanging out with a group of other guys. Like the quarterback of the high school football team was coming to get me from middle school, taking me just to the high school and just hanging out. So what he done, I thought was I was supposed to do, because that's what I wanted to be in life. You know, everybody wants to be the high school quarterback. But eventually, I just started going down the wrong paths, the wrong friends, and I was still good, and I was making it. But nobody ever told me no, because they didn't want me mad at them. Because, you know, I was an athlete, and I was cool, and they wanted to wear my jersey or whatever. I ain't bragging about me, because this is going to be all to God in a second. Don't take me wrong. And I was going, and I was living, and the cops would pull me over and not do nothing to me. They'd call my dad and tell him to come and get me, or somebody would follow me home, and my cousins would be like, "Oh, there's James, we better hide him," you know. It was bad life. My dad's a politic, and he's one of them people, and I always know when he wanted, because just in his, that's all I wanted was him to say that, boy, you know, this is that boy, because that's my dad, you know. And I started going on. Well, come 17, I hung out with some bad boys. I overdosed. My friends threw me out on the side of the road. So, friends.
Yeah, that's right.
The state policeman come and picked me up out of the ditch. Actually, he said I was walking in the road, I was doing like 3 steps forward and 2 steps back. Well, after that, none of my coaches would help me get scholarships, and I started losing. The schools quit calling. Finally, I got in Morehead State from a Pell Grant, just because I know Jim Booth. He's the head of the accountants down there. He got all the money, and I worked for him. When I turned 18, my dad made me get a job. I went right out of the house for about a good 14 months because I overdosed, you know. And what he did was my law, you know. And after that, I went down there and I decided I was going to try baseball again. But then I found out I didn't have to. I could just go to school because I had a Pell Grant and paid for everything. Well, I got a DUI there. That was my first bump. So then I had to go without a truck, and the people had to drive me around. My friend was a drug addict that I was riding. I thought it was a great idea to get him to start taking me to school, you know. And I messed up there. We got strung out, me and him did. And we started. And then finally, my dad had a heart attack. My second semester of my freshman year. So I was like, I got to go home, work in the coal mines, just like my dad, you know. So I went home. I started the coal mines. And that was even the worst, because then I started having lots of money, and all my friends had lots of money, so we all had lots of money, and so it turned out we didn't have no money, we just had drugs, you know? Well, I done that. I was maintaining for a number of years. I was going up and down. Then I decided to marry my wife, which she smoked crystal meth, and that was another great idea of mine, and we started going, and it was good for about 4 months. And then I don't know what happened. I went and closed my retirement out for 5 years of retirement. That's a lot of money if you put 10% in. And me and her, we lived good. I quit my job. I thought I was rich. I thought I was going to make it. No, you can spend $13,000 in a month and a half, and I'm true testing here. But guys, through the Lord, I have come so close. And I don't look at my father as my father anymore. I look at him as just another man, because my father is up there. He's going to see me the right way. And I got 2 verses, but I want to read one to you. And this is kind of, I take the rough road, you know. I always take the rough road. This time I'm going to take the glory road, because I'm going to heaven. And this is Proverbs 16:25. It says, "There's a way that seems right to a man, but it is in the way of death." And pretty much I was going down the wrong path, guys, and I was hitting and missing, doing good and bad. The Lord thought it'd be good for me. I don't know, the devil thought it'd be good for me to get my electrical card from the coal mines. And that come with $8 raise. And that put me in a position where I could tell others what to do. And I wasn't even in a position to tell nobody what to do. I had 8 men every day over me, under me, looking up to me for me to give them guidance. And the way I was acting, I wasn't showing a good leader, you know. But I tell you, from now on, for the rest of my life, when I go back to the coal mines after I get done here, I'm going to preach the word to them. And every day we're going to stop work whenever we feel like it. We're going to pray. And that's God's truth. And I got one more thing I want to read to y'all. And that's one. It says, Jesus answered them, most assuredly, I say to you, whoever commits sin is a slave to sin, and a slave does not abide in the house forever, but a son abides forever. Therefore, if the Son makes you free, you shall be free indeed.
Hallelujah.
Hey, I come to Chad's house and I'm free. I got nothing. My daddy told me all the money I stole off him. He said, don't worry about it. That is so much. Because I stole thousands of dollars. It's like that ago, you know? And he said he loved me.
Amen.
That's all.
Praise God.